Gold. Something always gets traders and investors very excited about it. The shiny metal, maybe it's the whole mystery surrounding it. But I'll tell you, in all honesty, gold is one of the most difficult assets to trade. If you're a long-term holder of it, if you want to protect your nest egg somehow for a doomsday type of scenario, that's a whole different story. But from a trading perspective, gold is very difficult to trade. So when I actually offer a trade, and I just shared this idea with my clubhouse members, I do actually see a very good probability of a trade working out. I'm very selective with gold, and I would expect who has traded this for some time to have a similar view. So let's have a look at it. Very simply, 3 charts. First of all, here's the price of the GLD, the gold ETF. And you can see what's basically been happening is here, ever since gold bottomed out in December 2016, we've been making this series of higher lows, and we're pressing now against this area around 123 and change. And I would think there's pretty good odds here of us starting to ultimately break back above there. Another way of looking at this is for those of you guys that want to do a little bit of Fibonacci analysis, we actually had our last resort pullback, 70 something percent pullback here, and that ultimately held. Given this low and this high, this pullback here is what I'm talking about. So we have kind of this visual support here, somewhere here, and that's now led to this rally basically all year. I'd expect this to be something that we could see, particularly if we get a break above 123.80, 123.90 on a daily closing basis. I'd expect this to be something to sink our teeth into. But it's very important to keep in mind that both gold and the gold miners are very, very choppy. I mean, this should be pretty apparent. You can see even just the rally here for the past few weeks hasn't gone in a straight line. It really has been a choppy going, and it's something that even if you're in a trade and we are in a directional movement, we do not tend to see sort of these quick linear moves. Gold miners, it's a similar setup here. It's a bit of a different chart, but the basic idea is the same. Here what we're looking at is sort of a wedging pattern from a purely technical perspective. And you can see that the way this is playing out is really very simple. We now have all the moving averages, the near to intermediate term moving averages, which are red is the 200-day, then we have the 100-day in blue and the 50-day in red. You can see they're coiling up here visibly. I'm going to make a little arrow here so you can see this a little bit better. They're all coiling up together. Usually when they come this tightly together, we tend to see a bit of a separation in them. If I want to show you sort of here, for example, when they were tightly together in January 16, you can see ultimately, even though they remained together for a couple months or so, ultimately it led to a separation. And I think we're getting close to that type of a situation here again in gold miners. Now, again, gold miners, even more so than the price of gold, they are very, very, very choppy. So make sure anything you do here, you're going to, do it in small to moderate size. I think if the gold miners can hold above 23.40 or so, I think there could be a trade towards 26 ultimately. But again, it's going to most likely be a choppy movement. So make sure that any meaningful big bearish reversal you respect and potentially get back out of it as a stop loss if that also coincides with the price of gold. As we're talking about gold miners, one stock I'm looking at here, and this is really reserved for members, but I'll quickly give you an idea here. I think Freeport-McMoRan has more upside here, potentially towards 17 bucks or higher. So if you've ever wanted to attend an event and meet other traders and commingle and learn a ton of stuff, bring your laptop and trade live, or you want to just do it online, the whole thing, which is now brand new for this event, you need to come or sign up for the Super Trader Summit, September 24th, 26th in Chicago. Now, you don't have to show up in person. It's actually now also available online, the whole thing. If you can't travel for some reason, which is totally understandable, you can now do the whole thing online at the comfort of your home or office. It's a 3-day boot camp. You're gonna have so much fun learning stuff. If you're there in person, you'll be able to commingle with the traders, meet other traders. There's a crazy amount of stuff that you'll learn from a trading perspective for the near term and medium term and long term trading. We have free giveaways. Guest speaker here, Linda Rashka, to kick off the event. Of course, I'll be speaking. I'll be holding extra private sessions if you sign up here through me. So I think on Sunday, before the event kicks off, before we have cocktail hours, we will do a private session that also will be broadcast and recorded online. We'll do a separate session then later on just with me in addition to my guest speakers. And also, I'm going to throw in for you two things. Number one, I'll throw in my trend following course, which is $200 usually online. You're going to learn what I consider to be the most successful trading strategy, and investor strategy that has ever been and continues to be. And you'll also get my brand new ebook on top performing chart patterns. This too is all usually costs about, I think, $100 or so. So you're getting about $300 worth of free stuff just by signing up to this event. Again, it's now available online and offline. Make sure you use the link down below in the comment section to sign up. It's an amazing event. Read more about it in that link. But you got to register now because I think the tickets are just about to go up to $500. So they're much cheaper right now. So make sure you do that. And I hope to see you guys in Chicago or online.